Good evening. Let's have another fireside chat. I am here with you, yes, hi. But I have on my jammies and my hair is all crazy. So I decided we're gonna have you look at my beautiful fire on this chilly night. I guess you could see my legs. I'm all wrapped up in a blanket there. But I wanted to share with you a strategy that a beloved mentor gave to me about rewiring your brain as a singer or any kind of professional whose job involves some aspect of performing, whether it's giving presentations, sales pitches, singing like I do. I want to share a strategy about, excuse me, it's getting late, about rewiring the brain out of horrific imposter syndrome and anxiety. And this is actually a technique that breaks old neural pathways and forms new ones. And it's kind of crazy, it's kind of cuckoo, but it does work. I'd like to tell you a quick story as an example, and I shared this with one of my students this week too. She said it was helpful. I had my first big solo gig with the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra many years ago, and I was also a paid section leader in the chorus, which just means that I sang in the St. Louis Symphony chorus, and I was paid to go to rehearsals and to sing in performances. But this was going to be my first time as a soloist out in front of that chorus with the orchestra behind me, which was really cool, dream come true. I mean, it's an amazing organization. I'm getting all filled up with warmth just thinking about it. But I had a major case of imposter syndrome, and looking back, it's a little silly because I did have a good amount of professional experience under my belt, but this was my first time with this symphony, with this group, and as much as I love my singer friends and peers, I feel like as a singer, one of the scariest things to do is sing in front of your peers. And so I was having a lot of trouble leading up to rehearsal, just feeling really huge amounts of imposter syndrome. I would have thoughts like, I'm not good enough. All the other people in the choir who didn't get picked to do the solo are gonna just figure out I'm not good enough, or maybe I got it by mistake, or they're gonna hate me, and of course there was nothing to support this. It was just a lot of I'm not good enough. So there is a point behind this story. I went to my beloved mentor who talked to me and said, all right, this is what I want you to do. Every time you have a thought along the lines of, I'm not good enough to be up here, I want you to think the exact opposite, as grandiose as possible. So for instance, if I were standing on stage, looking around thinking, I'm not good enough to be up here, the opposite thought would be, I am the greatest singer or musician to ever grace this stage. Now, is that true? No, probably not. But the point is not having it be true or not. The point is rerouting your mind and breaking those neural pathways, breaking the grooves in your brain that have formed from thinking those same thoughts over and over and over again. So we're not doing it to necessarily pump up the ego. We're actually doing some neuroplasticity, if you will. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Whenever you think a disparaging thought about yourself, let's say, even if there's a little seed of truth in it, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm feeling really unprepared for this meeting. You stop and you say to yourself in your mind, not out loud, I am the most prepared person that has ever walked in this room. I'm going to absolutely crush it. I don't know, let's think of some more examples. Maybe I'm not good enough, or that's a big one of mine if you can't tell. I can't do this. I can't, or I'm not strong enough. Then the opposite version of that would be, I am the strongest person to ever do this. I'm going to absolutely crush it. So I can tell you from experience, it feels extremely silly and egotistical in the moment, but it does jump your brain off of that railroad track. And it really does help. It really helped me, and I ended up singing that solo, and I ended up doing really well. And yeah, big thanks to that mentor. If you see this video ever, you know who you are. Thank you so much for that help. And yeah, that's my thought for tonight. Thank you for being here, and let me know if you have any questions or if you want to practice, what the opposite thought could be. I'll make sure and keep an eye on the comments. Thank you. Bye.